Welcome to our channel today, and I will explain an action thriller movie which is based in a true story that happened on 2008, Hotel Mumbai. Spoilers ahead, watch out. At the beginning of the story, a man named Bull was motivating a group of armed people through a radio and telling them that God is with them and a paradise is waiting for them. Then, when they arrive, they immediately get taxi and rush to different places like TV station, train station and Taj Hotel. This movie is based in true events. Meanwhile, a family man was preparing for his work but left his shoes that gives him a trouble later on. Before leaving to work, he visit his wife and leave with his scooter. While on the taxi, these people were reminded about their training and what all they see belongs to their grandfathers but steals it from them. They were told not to be tempted from what they see but be on time for their destination. Their first destination is the train station and NXT 30 Mins will be the next destination. In the hotel, they were preparing everything for their VIP guests. Mrs. Kashani's daughter, a British-Iranian heiress, Zahra Kashani, David her husband Cameron, the baby and nanny Sally. While on their room, they notice that Cameron were a little bit warm.
I still think he's a bit warm.
And ask for a doctor for any case, and Joman told them about their reservation at the Shamiana. At first they refuse and ask for room service, but Sally insists to go on. In the train station, two armed men were on the toilet getting ready of their weapons. Ajmal were a little bit nervous, but they continue and start shooting randomly, and people were screaming. In the hotel, the head chef named as Hemant Oberoi were checking the employees from their hands, hair and shoes. And Arjun have the problem for he left his shoes but begs taunt chef for he needs the shift for her pregnant wife. While Arjun was getting ready for work, it's shown in the television the attack that happened in the train station. Later on, the two gunmen were running and being chased by the police, but they shoot them and killed all the police that was on the car. At a house in THW news that the two gunmen that hijack a police car were shooting randomly and lot of people were injured. While on the kitchen, the chef told his crews that they have another VIP guest, Vasily Gordetsky, and told them whatever he says just polite and courteous. For they're saying in Taj, that guest is God. So the chef asks Sanjay to be the encharged as a waiter, but having the problem to pronounce correctly the name of the wine.
One Gedon. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's Vin de Jean. Vin Gedon. It is Vin de Jean with V.
Although Arjun was able to say it exactly, but being rejected for not having the proper footwear. On the evening, while Sanjay was on way for the wine, he was almost get hit by the taxi where another two gunman rides. He told them why they are staring on him, but the two gunmen just leave. While Sanjay and the driver fighting, a couple were staring on them, and Eddie was placing a bet to Sanjay, but her girlfriend tried to ask him to go to Taj. But while Eddie talking to the waiter was been shot in the head in front of him and her girlfriend, and noticed that someone throw a grenade on them and tell his girlfriend to get down. The two gunmen start shooting all the people that in the restaurant, but luckily they were able to escape from the terrorist. The busy and quiet hotel has no idea what was happening outside. The people run to Taj Hotel including Eddie and Bree, but they were stopped by the two-door man, but not knowing that four gunmen was already with them. The two gunmen was amazed by the beauty of the hotel and getting ready once again to attack those innocent people. Arjun saw everything that happened and tell the people to get down and turn off the lights while the gunmen were shooting all the people they see. Bree was shocked and scared, and but luckily she was able to escape from the gunman. Zahra was worried for what's happening and for her baby, but sadly while they were calling Sally were not answering her phone. The receptionist tried to call and warn their guest not to go out from their room, but not knowing that the gunman was already knocking in every room and disguising as room service.
Room service.
So that when they opened the door, the will immediately shot them. Sally finally answered her phone, but someone knocks on the door.
Breaking out the cat right here.
She thought it was the doctor, but it was an old lady looking for the toilet. But Sally heard gunshot and hide in a closet with the baby. Then two gunmen enters the room looking for the old lady and found her in the toilet and kill her. Sally tried to hold the baby's mouth so that they will not be heard, and when the gunman leaves the room, Sally immediately went to the shower room and the baby cried heavily. Sally called David and he immediately decides to go to them.
Okay. You stay right where you are. I'm coming there.
But Arjun tried to stop him, yet David asked him if you have a family and said yes.
Do you have a family? Yes.
David want Arjun to understands it's dangerous, but he have to protect his family from danger. On the way, David met a man, but has no idea that the gunman was still there and he was been shot. But David was able to hide, and another man he met, and luckily that man was able to exit the hotel. And David was able to run to the elevator and was able to hide and be with Sally and Cameron. Mumbai was so disturbed about what happened, especially Arjun's wife was so worried for her husband. The police was there, but they were lack of weapons, and Eddie was shouting asking for help. Because Bree was still in the hotel and jump off from the building and break his leg. Then the police decided to go to the CCTV room.
Okay, CCTV room. Chala.
The chef told Arjun to go to the chamber lounge for Thaber more safety down there.
Should we go up to the chambers lounge?
Police successful entered the hotel, but they were unaware that the terrorist was already watching them. Throw a green to shot them, so few police was injured and died. 5 hours since the first attack. While in the chamber lounge, an old lady accused Zahra for being one of the terrorists because she was talking the same language, but Vasily helps here and asked the lady to walk away. And again same woman, she was afraid once again for his beard and to his turban, but Arjun with respect and honesty approached the woman and show a picture of his family. He told that this is his pagri and told her that for their belief it is sacred, a symbol of honor and courage. He told her, since he was young he never took it because it will bring shame to his family, but since he is in the hotel and his staff and the lady is the guest, to feel comfortable he was willing to take it off from his head, but the lady relayed to her no, but only she is scared. On the next scene back in the lounge. Few guests and staff was able to get in the chamber lounge including Bree, but she was badly wounded. It show she was shot in her chest and lost so much blood. So they need to decide to take her to the hospital or else she will die. But while on their way a police approached them and vacuous of fear Bree runs and was been shot and died. David and Sally was on their way to the chamber, but Imran saw them and David was been captured. Luckily Sally and the baby were able to hide, but knowing they were stuck in that room. The police were able to reach the CCTV room and in the chamber lounge one of the terrorists trying to deceive them telling them they are police, but almost Oberoi opened the door, but Arjun was able to stop him and telling him that is one of them, but a glass was been broken and the gunman started shooting the door. Then the police decided to help them, but at first they were hesitant because there are 3 of them, but still they shot and hit one of them in the leg, yet one of the lilies gets shot too. Imran was doubting hoping that the bull will give money to their family as promise, so while in the room with David as hostage he calls his father, but he was crying. It shows that his father doesn't know anything of what he was doing and only in training. He told his father to get their money and told them also that he loved them. 9 hours since the first attack, Zahra was writing a letter for David telling him how she loved him. And then Zahra and other were hopeless because no one will coming for them and whatever they do they will surely die. While on their way Zahra and Vasily were captured and other was been shot and Bull give them instruction the way how will they get killed. 2 of the gunman that was in the train station was been captured. They were bitten by sticks by the angry people and one of them died and other was in custody. 12 hours since the attack, one of the gunmen was already starting fire. One of the terrorists asked Vasily name and they attack him and broke one of his rib. Bull told him that he will die for what he did in Afghanistan.
You will die for what you did in Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan.
Because of Arjun he was able to rescue Sally and the baby that was been trapped in a room. And they were able to regroup with the chef. The only sad thing is Zahra was not already with them, but being held already by the terrorist. David tried to approach the dying gunman, but he was been shot. Meanwhile because of panic a man calls outside to ask help and Arjun stops him. But it was already too late for Bull already knows their location. Bull called Imran told him that people were escaping from the chamber lounge and told him to kill the hostages. While he was shooting the hostages Vasily bite the wounded leg of Imran and shot Vasilo and I. A devastated Zahra, David his lover shot in front of him and Zahra started to counting verses in same language. And Imran was hesitate to shot him, but he disobeyed to Bull by not killing Zahra. Arjun and the others were silently trying to escape, but they were on panic when they heard a grenade. On their way the terrorists started shooting them. Many were injured. But luckily special forces was there and Zahra also meets Sally and her baby and the special forces killed all the terrorists. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy please like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you and see you next time.